Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. This is a general or collective reading. Whoops, I have the wrong deck. So just be advised that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Also, this is a timely reading. So if you're watching this at this time, we have, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That might give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, that's pretty good. We can see properly here. We're going to start with the underlying energy. And from the tarot, we have the Ten of Cups. So this is talking about, the energy is talking about having ultimate fulfillment in love. So having not just the partner that you love and they love you, and the children you love and they love you, and the neighborhood and the neighbors, and having like the best career and all of that. It's a promise. There's a rainbow here. So it's a promise that after the storm, you'll actually have that ultimate fulfillment. And you just have to keep your energy together to be able to get to that place. And this is talking about, having a lovely life. So a lovely life in a perfectly imperfect world. And then we have the Lovers. And the Lovers energy is talking about adoration. So this is from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And the dragonflies in my oracle, they represent life, living mastery of life on the wing. So this is because they have their unique flight characteristics. They actually, helicopters were actually first engineered by observing the movements of dragonflies. Dragonflies can hover, and they can, they can do complex aerial movements, and as well, they can go straight up and down. So this is about being able to maneuver through things in life, and adapt to change very quickly. So, and the dragonflies use the power of light to awaken true vision in people. Now, the Lovers card in tarot, in the beginning, it was more about choices that we make in life, and the choices that we make that are in the people that we would have closest in our life. But it evolved into this Lovers card where it's more about romantic love. The cups can represent romantic love, but as we can see here, they can represent love of all things. If you just hold on a second, it's okay, Stella. Sorry about that. I just wanted to close the window. I forgot to close it, and it was, I figure it might be causing a bit of noise here for you. So, so this is about actually, it could be all sorts of love, as we mentioned here. But if this is this particular Lovers card is talking about love, romantic love, but it quite often is referring to what a lot of people would refer to as the twin flame relationship. And the twin flame relationship, a lot of people feel that's kind of like a cell dividing in half, like identical twins, basically separating, and then, being birthed in two different bodies, and then eventually they come together at some point in their journey on the earth, and they are meant to teach each other difficult situations, like how to adapt to different situations. So they'll be very identical in many ways, but they may have had very different life experiences. So when they come together, the benefit of a twin flame relationship is to teach each other, oh, okay, well, this is the flight maneuver I worked at, this is the one I used, and learn from each other so that you can be a better person. Now, I don't know that I even believe that this exists, but if it does, a lot of people do, so I'm addressing it here, I guess, in this reading. There's also a situation of twin souls, which would be totally different. It would be two individual people that made a soul contract to come together. And, the twin flame relationship does not have to be about romantic love. And it quite often is, because, of course, that's going to touch a lot of places. But, it'll include a lot of areas of life for sure. But there's a situation where I feel a lot of people feel this twin flame. People hear about it, and then they want to have that experience. And, anyone can, when we have karma with someone, that's like a twin flame. Every single time we have karma with someone, it can be a situation where we can learn from each other, clear the karma, and move forward. And then it reduces the suffering and struggle in the world. So I feel like that's more what the twin flame relationship is really about at a very intensified level. In any case, this card in the tarot is called Adoration. And this is how what this reading, I guess, is going to be about. And we begin with the devil. So this is the devil talking about temptation here. And the thing, I'm like, wow, isn't that interesting? Look at the lovers that we have here. We have two people that are yoked to each other. The devil is crouched in between them. They are chained to Saturn's box. The devil is literally... The devil, my cat, if you're hearing that noise, that's just my cat purring into the mic. Yeah, no, don't chew on it. It's talking about the devil is crouched in between them, and this is talking about basic animal instincts. So this is talking about an energy of lust rather than love. And, the devil's in control of the relationship. So this quite often would be what a lot of people would consider a false twin flame relationship. So this is the devil kind of sticking his nose into, there's all these people out here who want this twin flame relationship. Let's send somebody in. And so whenever the devil card shows up, I always cover it with the next card up. I want to know, this is manipulative behavior. We're not going to get the truth from the devil. So I want to know, who does he send in? What minion does he send in to do his dirty work? And what can we learn for it? Does God cover it for us? What happens? Oh, look at this. The fool goes on a brand new journey of innocence. So I feel like this is the devil trying to take care. This is the devil sending someone in to stop the fool from going on the journey that they're supposed to be going on. And the sun in the background here represents a blank slate, innocence, and God. And this is saying the fool starts off at the 0 point, and he begins a leap of faith, basically. He has very little baggage. He's got ragged sleeves here, though, so this is showing that he's been on a cycle or two before, and he's on his way. Like he's, and the white dog also represents the innocence. Maybe the dog will alert him to the fact that he's about to walk right off this cliff. So, yeah, this is talking about the devil taking advantage of innocent people and sending in someone to take advantage of the situation. And what would that possibly be about? Well, we do have the pentacle energy here. So the pentacle energy is talking about health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world. The King of Pentacles represents someone who's in the money industry or is very successful, has a really good lifestyle. Now, money is a very big part of having a good lifestyle in the 3D. So it is really important. But pentacles aren't just about money. You could have all the money in the world, but if you don't have true love and you have someone doing that was sent by the devil instead, it could turn out to not be such a good lifestyle as you can imagine. So this energy is talking about the power of your lifestyle, not just how much money you make in that. The king has grapes all over his robe because grapes in tarot represent being able to grow something that's really challenging to grow. So taking your thoughts from the ethers, from the heavens, and bringing them down to earth and actually being able to create a good lifestyle out of it. And this is talking also about if you have like all the money in the world, but you don't have your health, or you don't have a real true lover, then you're going to not be living your best lifestyle, obviously. The King of Pentacles represents someone that is highly respected in the business world because they're able to do this and, provide a good lifestyle with something that's very difficult to do. And quite often it'll involve, like when figures are coming in, represented by the King of Pentacles, it can be an energy of people that work in the banking system. Like it would be someone, at least a manager in a bank or higher up. It could be this is a king, so it's going to be someone who's very successful. If it could be financial advisors, wealth management, life insurance. What else? It could be accountants, that type of energy. And these would be established people. So it would most likely be partners in a well-established firm. And it could also be talking about real estate for sure, because the element of the Pentacles is earth. And it's about earthly matters and matters of the earth. So land, it could represent real estate, mortgage brokers. It could be, if this is a real estate agent, this would be someone that's established and probably dealing with higher end property in either commercial or residential. This could represent, land development, builders, contractors, all of that type of energy. This could be also an entrepreneur who is doing, really is really successful and looked up to for having a really good business. It could be the head financial advisor of any corporation, or represent even people that are responsible for financial budgets for governments, at the federal level. This could represent mortgage brokers, stock brokers, people that are dealing with oil, gas, gold, silver, selling it on the market, diamonds, all of that type of, things that come out of the ground, basically, mining. And I think I've covered most of it. You get the picture. So this is someone that is successful in business. And we have that energy, like this start to the reading. This is what you would call a false twin flame being sent in. And this could be you. And that would make sense because they want to go after your money. And then we have the energy of Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is talking about having put a lot of energy into something that you love to do or something you love to be. This can also represent, in romantic love, quite often this can represent, having 7 years, and then in between here there's a gap, and it's talking about walking away from a relationship that you've put a lot of effort into. Or walking away from, like, if the cups can also represent, remember, it could be talking about walking away from family. It could be talking about walking away from something you love to do or something you love to be. We have the full moon and the new moon in the background, which represents maybe your intuition is saying, I need to walk away. I'm done. This is saying, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I don't want to have anything to do with this situation. We have the Three of Cups here. And the Three of Cups energy, this is a celebration, but these people are not celebrating each other. They're celebrating something that has happened. Quite often, this could represent the third-party energy that inserted themselves in this gap. This could be gossip, slander, that type of energy. These three usually come out when there's a new moon or a full moon. You can expect them to show up, so just kind of watch for that energy. When people... the cups represent love, and when people are toasting each other in many cultures, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it causes 7 years bad luck in your romantic love. There's a superstition that a lot of people, particularly in Europe, really, they like if you toast with them and you don't look them in the eye, they'll freak out. Look me in the eye, because it's not just you that has the bad luck in your love life, it's them as well. So this energy, it's not my favorite card, but we always want to say maybe they are actually celebrating something. But with this card here, they're not celebrating you, let me put it to you. Or maybe they are celebrating the fact that this innocent person is with this energy now, and they think it's their lover. And then we have the magician. And so the magician comes in, and this is an energetic upgrade. We have bringing in from the heavens down to earth, as above, so below, to create a beautiful garden on earth. And you have all the tools. You just need to learn how to use them and which tool to use at which time. We also have the infinity symbol is 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. And so this is talking about creating a beautiful a garden on earth. You may have noticed, if you've ever had a garden and you just leave the tools laying around, that they don't get up and do the work themselves. So this is talking about that. We're going to reserve judgment on this. Sometimes this card, the magician is pointing to this energy and saying, pay attention to this energy. So we will, and we'll see what comes out. We have strength and integrity. So the strength card is talking about this young woman wants to reach this infinite potential. So she wants to face all her fears. And so maybe that's what she's doing here by being with this person. Now remember, all the characters in tarot are archetypes. So this could be a male in his feminine energy as well as a female. So she's reaching into this lion's mouth, and he represents all the fears that she has. And he is being very submissive. He has his tail tucked under and letting her do that, because he can tell that she means business. She wants to get to this infinite potential. And so she's willing to do the inner work to really figure out what's going on. Why is her, why does she have to walk away from things that she loves, people, places, and shift that she loves? And why is there a loss of pentacles here? Like, why is her lifestyle going down instead of up? This card has been coming up quite often. It can come up as having put 6 pentacles of energy into something, and this is all you get out of it is 1 pentacle. So 6 pentacles here, and this could be like how much time, money, and energy you've invested in something. And this is all you got out of it. So this guy is wondering, what the heck happened here? Like, I put all this energy into it, and this is all I got out of it? Well, it's sitting on this energy here. So you know where the money's going. Someone is siphoning it. And so the King of Pentacles energy is like used to being very successful, and like, I can't figure out what's going on here. Seems like, you know, what's happening? And then let's see. We have the World card coming up. So now this is saying that the Fool has ended this cycle, because they something has happened, something has changed. It's saying that you've learned everything that you possibly can from this cycle, and it's time to start a new cycle. The World card is saying that you've been successful at something, and now it's time to move on to the next cycle. Take what you learned from it and move forward. So what happens here? We have the King of Swords coming in. So the King of Swords is talking about the energy of the swords is the element of air, and it's talking about cutting through the bullshit, really, in this case, I would say. And it's saying you want to be, like, the King of Swords represents an energy of someone that's very highly educated, that uses their mind. The sword represents your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. This is someone who is possibly, they use their words rather than physical labor to earn their living. So the career would be like the King of Swords. This is a king. So if this was like politicians, government, that type of energy, this would be, you know, president, prime minister, senators, congressmen, you know, ministers of the government, of the federal government. This would be people that have clout, that make or take part in making the laws of the land and then enforcing them. And this can also represent the legal courts systems throughout the world, like the judges, the prosecutors, the lawyers. So these would all be people that are higher up, though, like a head prosecutor, maybe even a Supreme Court judge. This could represent, if this is a lawyer, it would be representing someone that is probably a partner in a well-established firm. And then this can also represent a best-selling author, someone who's very good with words. This could represent researchers, patents, people that maybe find the cure for something and, for a disease or whatever, something like that. This could also represent surgeons, veterinarians, psychiatrists, dentists, that type of energy. So this is talking about people that basically use their words to earn their living. And this could talk about people who are speakers, a lot of different things, but you get the picture. It's people that are higher up in their industry and well respected for being able to speak, use their words to be able to earn their living. And the King of Swords, they're very good at using their words, and they do understand that words can be used as weapons, or they can be used as, to uplift people and uplift society. And also this energy is talking about, the King of Swords understands that, if you give your word and then you don't follow it up by action, that, your word becomes useless. There is no action yet in this reading here, but we do have someone coming in with a cup of love. So this is being sent by, this is this energy. Now this is saying, I feel like that because we've had a change here, this could talk about the legal system dealing with this energy now. And then maybe you can experience true love with someone that maybe is just a soulmate instead of having to deal with the pain in the butt of having your identical twin turn on you. That's not the best energy in the world. And so we've got the Fool going on a cycle and doesn't realize he's actually with someone who's pretending to be, their twin flame. And all of a sudden, the Fool is his lifestyle is going down, and he's not making the money he used to make, and he can't figure out what's going on here because he's used to being successful. And then the next thing you know is, okay, this cycle is over because he went inward and he faced all his fears and figured it out, walked away from the situation. And after this is done, then real true love can come in. And maybe this is someone that actually is going to empower you to be able to move forward and clean this up in the legal systems of the world here. The magician is talking about what kind of magic was being used. And he's pointing to this energy here, to people who are possibly gossiping, slandering, that kind of energy to bring someone down. So this is not just one person. This is a group of people wanting, there must be a lot of money involved. Usually if there is situations like this, if the devil's involved, follow the money. Some people will do anything for money, and I do mean anything. So this is talking about celebrating the downfall of the Fool, but the Fool already went on another journey and is going to go find true love. So it's an interesting reading. Now, when the magician shows up, he's pointing to these three, and he's pointing to get a lawyer and get a new lover. That's the bottom line. I will clarify this though further. I don't think it needs much more clarification. This reading is pretty funny. It's pretty clear. It's saying if you want this, you need a different lover. This one needs to deal with the lawyers. Oh my goodness. The universe has a sense of humor. So I'm using these are from my Oracle Tales from the Vector. This is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. The numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed on my website, talesfromthevector.com, and I will put them in the order they appear here in the reading, in the description box down below, so you know which paintings to look for if you want further clarity. So yeah, here we have denial, which is a tactic. Dirty D, what I don't know won't hurt me. You don't want to be the queen of denial when you're hanging out with the devil. And the ego, like a bat out of hell. So this person has a very big ego because they think that they're going to, the devil has convinced them that the devil knows more than God. So it's about manipulating the energy to get this, bottom line, it usually is money. And it doesn't have to be, though. This can also be not just money, but it's the lifestyle and wanting to appear to be a real spiritual person, that type of energy, so that you can get more people in this position. The intent, karmic space to the road. There's a lot of hell and bats flying around here. So intentions. What are the intentions? So yeah, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. This person definitely doesn't have good intentions for you if you're the fool going on this journey. And yeah, but I feel like this has been covered. I feel like, because we have a happy ending here. And so it's just once you discover, oh, this is not a twin flame. This is actually someone that God sent. The fool, although they are a fool, is on God's journey here. So God has this situation covered. We have Pisces energy. So this is talking about the final position in the horoscope. And this is talking about authority. So this is saying that God's authority is going to rule. Pisces energy is representing that energy, and it's going to, this situation is going, this fool has been covered. It's almost like the fool is like a secret agent, but they don't know that they are. That works for God. And so this has been covered the whole time. And I just want to point out that when the horoscope cards come up in my readings, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about this energy of the sign itself. And the Pisces energy is a senior executive, someone that has authority. And so it's talking about, sink or swim energy. And it's talking about, are you going to use your authority in a strong way, or are you going to use it in a weak way? And then we have mother's worry. So there could be a mother involved in here. It's sad if that's the case. Quite often the Pisces energy will represent like father energy, and now we have mother's worry about what became. But the saying on this card is, mirror, mirror on the wall, I've become my mother after all. So we don't know, like, this card has been coming up a lot, and it's because a lot of times a lot of people are concerned about what's going on the planet, and it can be talking about like survival concerns. So there could have been something that happened here in the family. I don't like to say it, but sometimes sacrificing one of their children to say, okay, I'm going to allow you to manipulate this child. Like, we're talking about this devil energy. And so it's an energy of, on a soul level. It's much different than on the physical. And then we have indifference. So this is when people can get together and a bunch of people get into the karmic space of indifference. Their egos and their intentions, and then the indifference. And the indifference is, we're all in it together, and they're the ones that will be smiling, oh yeah, isn't this beautiful? What a wonderful relationship you're in. And they support the energy so that it happens. So basically, this is more of a spiritual battle. The people involved may not even be aware of what's really going on. This is between God and the devil more than it is anything else. And it's meant to stop this behavior, basically, so that the authority figures catch it, and then that people are stopped from being able to take advantage. So the devil is shut down, basically, bottom line. That's why I'm not one of, like, this twin flame energy thing. Be very careful with that energy. I don't know how much credit, if there is any real reality to that situation, but on a spiritual level, like in the physical, but on the spiritual level, it definitely could be a spiritual battle between God and the devil. I don't feel it has a whole lot to do with people. People are just used like pawns on a on the chessboard, and it's to shut this activity down. And God had the situation covered the entire time, but it's to stop people from doing this behavior. So it's a very random reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for your likes, your comments, shares, and subscribes. I will bring you another random shift reading soon. Bye for now.